We've just had another wonderful rain shower here, and I brought my indoor plants outside. This is my little bonsai. He actually needs a bit of a trim again, a bit of a haircut, but it's so nice to bring them outside and have some fresh water and a bit of a wash, get all the dust off. So I'll bring them back inside now the rain has stopped. And I thought we'd have a little look around at some of the other plants that are growing and enjoying the rain shower. This is actually my really big jade plant. He's been outside for about a month now at least. I think he's really liking it too. I've had him for years, and my husband had him before we even met, and I'm kind of hoping he will be flowering at some point because these ones do flower, but I maybe haven't had the right conditions for him because he's never flowered for me. But let's go on and look at some of the other plants. This is my Golden Delicious apple tree. I've really had to thin the apples out because there were so many this year again. It's really a keen fruiter. And the tree is so tipped over, so it's really important to thin the fruits out so the branches don't break. Oh, and this is my new common myrtle. It's so pretty. I'm just loving the flowers. And actually we've got a dahlia over here, which is flowering again. It's got really gorgeous flowers. And this is the one spot I can grow it in the garden where the slugs don't get to it because I feed the birds here, and so they keep the area free of slugs and snails. And onto another corner of the garden we have this red devil apple tree. I planted him here when he first moved in about 7 years ago now, and it really has been a good fruiter the whole time. The apples are turning a beautiful red, a rosy red. I've also really had to thin this one out because it was so full of fruit. And I've tried to remove the ones that had blemishes because I don't spray the fruit trees or anything, obviously. It's all organic. And so you do get some that are a little bit attacked by insects. But because I've been able to thin so many out, the apples are looking extra good this year, the ones I left on. And we have some sunflowers growing up in between the branches just to attract more pollinators. The bees just love them. And then down here we have one plant that I planted, I think it was last year. It's obviously a perennial and it's just starting to bud up now. It's lovely little flower buds, which I only just spotted earlier today. And the name tag was hidden in the undergrowth, and it's a Tricertis. So the flowers just look fantastic when they come. And they're meant to come around August, and today is the last day of July, so they're right on time. And they really like being here in the protection under the tree, sort of in the shade, but still getting enough sunlight. And also I've been watering them because I pass by them all the time, so I don't water a lot. And if it had been in a different spot I may well have neglected them. So this is a good spot where you don't forget them. And they can get enough water and ample sunlight, but still protected from the really sharp, strong, harsh sunlight. Right next to it we have my little dwarf nectarine tree, which I have just pruned back about a week ago now. It was really so gigantic, and I will need to keep it in the greenhouse at some point. It's also in a pot, so I really have to keep it controlled. And I think we go up here because there's some things on the patio I want to show you. The patio is my prime growing location because it gets the most sun. This little corner here where that huge rose bush, it's called Eyes for You, it's in the ground. This is its second flush of flowers because I trimmed it right back or pruned it right back after it flowered the first time. And now it's just flowering beautifully again. It has a lovely scent to it too, which is really amazing. Such a benefit to have it right next to the door because you can really smell it. This sort of fragrance wafts into the house, so lovely. And I've got lots of cosmos I planted. I grew them from seed this year because they're so pretty. A few different kinds as well, so much fun. And then we've got a little larkspur down here, which I'm really enjoying. It's just starting to bloom now. And of course the African daisies that I saved from last year and kept in the greenhouse overwintering. They're starting to bud up again because I've trimmed them back earlier. Another one there. Oh, this is the wonderful scented pelargonium. It's so sweet smelling. It smells of cola bottles. It's a really nice fragrance. I've heard people suggest that you pick some leaves and keep them in, like put them in a tin, a cake tin, because it just helps make your cakes taste of that. It's a nice fresh flavor. And here we actually have the second of my tomatillo. It is not as large as the other one at all, and it's in a pot, of course, as is the other one. And there are a few of the first fruits coming along here. There it is, the little tomato-like plants or tomato-like fruits that grow within that little covering there, that little lantern. And then we've replaced the peas with these lovely little gem lettuce, which hopefully will grow really good. And they're right next to lots of the new yellow raspberries. These are all the main crop raspberries, so they're extra big. And they're just starting to fruit again now. And then we actually have a really big patch of rhubarb now. This is one that I got last year. It's called Raspberry Red. And I actually feel that I could have been cutting and eating them a lot. Usually you want to leave them for at least for the first 1 or 2 years before you start picking from them. But I think that might be if you grow them from seed. And this one obviously was an established plant. It was in a pot when I got it. So I think I could have started using it more this year. But I was trying to get it really going. See, it's called Raspberry Red. So, oh, there's a little slug on it. So, yeah, I've kept it going. I mean, it looks so healthy now. So I think by next year I can have lots of little rhubarb tarts, rhubarb compote, rhubarb jam, and some kind of rhubarb. Oh, I want to make a rhubarb kvass, like a rhubarb drink. So many fun things to do. I did make one rhubarb kvass this year with like 2 stems, and that's all I managed to make. I was trying to be extra good. I also grew a few extra ones from little parts of roots that I could buy in Sainsbury's. And they are also growing well. This is the slowest growing of the 2, and this one is a really big plant now. He's doing really well. So it's really nice to see. And over here we also have some of the new raspberries coming. Oh my goodness, they're just so big and beautiful and sweet, delightful. And this little corner here has some more plants I want to show you. We've got some tomatoes. These are growing outside in pots. These are ones that I actually grew from a supermarket cherry tomato. I just squeezed out the seeds into a pot and then got lots of plants. And I've had to put the extras out here. And because it's been such a nice warm summer, they're doing really well. Got lots of trusses of rain-washed tomatoes. And these ones, of course, get pollinated by the wind. It just comes and shakes them around. So I still also come and shake them around a bit myself sometimes. And then next to it we have some really interesting chili plants. This one's called a lemon buena mulata, and I can't wait to try them. They're meant to be quite strong. There's one down here, I think quite spicy, but then also still with like a bit of a lemony flavor to them. And of course I'm also growing my favorite lemon chilies. These ones are called Lemon Drop. And there's a few, they're a little bit slower this year, and they do tend to be quite slow. So I like to overwinter them because then they have a head start. But I didn't manage to do that this year or last year. So these ones are all grown from seed, and they've been a bit slow, but they're starting to come now. It's starting to rain again, if you can hear that. Not ideal. I must go back inside. This is a Bishop's Crown. We've got a few different interesting tomatoes coming. But the main interesting thing that I really want to show you is my goji berry plant. I just recently got it and it's full of little flower buds. And it's had some beautiful blooms, which I'm hoping are going to turn into some wonderful goji berries. So super excited about that. We also have our main crop of tomatoes in our mini greenhouse here. And these are some more. They're starting to turn red finally. This is some more of the ones that I squeezed out from that supermarket cherry tomato. But then I also bought some seeds of one called a yellow submarine. And if we look up here, we will see there are some of the submarines. They look a bit more submarine-esque here. A little more droopy. And they're meant to just stay yellow and taste so good. I have tasted them before and I'm really looking forward to having them again. So it's really nice to see that the tomatoes are starting to come in now. They're swelling and they're just about starting to turn red. It's always such a happy thing. There's nothing like a sun-warmed, homegrown tomato. It really is the best, in my opinion. Some more up there. Look at those gorgeous little ones. So, then back over here again. Let's go slowly. We have my pepino melon. And look how many we've got. It's purple veined beauties. Looking gorgeous. Lots of flowers, lots of fruit. Just going crazy. It's just one plant and it's just doing so amazingly well in that pot. And I just feed it just like I feed all my other tomato-like plants. They all get a bit of seaweed feed and they do really well on it. Got a little cucamelon here. You can see some little flower buds there coming along nicely. Hopefully see some cucamelons soon. And here we have a Cape gooseberry. And it's right next to the biggest tomatillo plant. So here's the tomatillo, right next to Cape gooseberry. And you can see how similar they are, but very different flavored fruits. Tomatillos are much more sour, and you want to sort of cook them into a green salsa, whereas the Cape gooseberries, you pick and you eat them as they are. And they are just golden and delicious. And they're also called golden berry, lots of other names, but they're just physalis. They are so good. Yum, a little treat. Oh yes, and I want to show you one last thing here too. We have some of my navel oranges, and I just saw that they're starting to get their navels. It always looks so funny. Look at this one, it's quite big. There's his navel. Some of them have even more noticeable navels. This one, look at him. That navel there. Some of these clusters of navel oranges are kind of large, and so I have been tying the branches up just to try to keep them from snapping, because I didn't actually thin the fruits out. I've never had to thin the fruits out before, but perhaps I should have done. I just didn't think it would be necessary. Usually the trees, well, these sort of trees, they thin out their own fruits for me, but this one, for example, has got like 5 little navel oranges all still attached, which is quite a lot really, isn't it, for that branch? So it's being held up luckily by that string. But yeah, really fun. It's so nice and wet out here. I'm just so happy to see lots of rain, because I'm quite sparing when I water, and I don't really like to water my plants too much. So it's nice to see them get a nice shower. Oh yes, and here is my final rainbow orange. I really need to pick that one. It's got so many flowers coming up, and actually coming out here is just so nice, because you smell that wonderful perfume. Seriously, I just think that citrus blossom just smells so good. Lots of little babies coming along too. Oh yes, and finally I will show you one last thing before I move on. Here is the kumquat. And recently I did show that it had a few flowers, because I've had this one. I bought this last year only, and then it didn't flower for me last year, but this year it's doing it, and there are some little babies here setting. It had, I think, 4 or 5 flowers, and they've all set. And then we've got lots of little flower buds coming up now, so they're all starting to push out and flower. Look, everywhere, little white dots, loads of them, and they look so cute. I've only been feeding these citrus trees with regular citrus food, like a season specific one, so a summer one just now, and I don't know if it's not getting enough Epsom salts or magnesium, maybe because some of the leaves are looking quite yellow. So I'm going to get myself some Epsom salts too, just to sort of feed them up a bit, I think. But oh, so nice to see all these little tiny flower buds emerging. I love kumquats. They're so delicious. They have that really nice sour taste, and then of course you got the sweet peel, so it's just a really nice sweet sour flavor. And you eat the whole thing. Lots of fun. So I've got him in the middle of the patio just to get as much sunlight as possible, because these guys are really sun lovers. These particular ones, kumquats. So thank you for joining me on this little end of July tour of a few of the things we've got growing here. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.